Hello, welcome back to the Creative Game channel. So today we're going to talk about how you can say no to a client or to a project without burning bridges. So anytime that I come across a proposal, like an offer for a job that the job is screaming stress, or the timeline looks like, or the deadline looks like it's not going to work, like they want this done in 2 days and I know that I will need longer time, or it's something that I'm like, no. This request feels impossible for me right now. And the easiest thing for me to say is no. I have learned that instead of just saying no and just shutting the door or shutting everything in the face and making it look like I am not a good collaborator or I don't want to find a way to make things work, I usually have a way I say no gracefully. So I still say the no to that original request, but the way that I frame it is different. I follow a 4-part framework, which is what I will be sharing with you in this video. So let's get started. Part 1 is I always start with a positive intent. Maybe like a former client reaches out to me with a job offer, or maybe it's on a particular job that I'm working on and a new request comes up and it falls into any of those brackets that I just talked about, like, oh, is the request is feeling impossible, or the deadline is not going to work for me, or it looks like whatever they're asking me for is gonna stress me. So what I do is I start with a positive intent and I say, oh, thank you for thinking about me, or thank you for sending this my way. So when I start this way, I am already setting the ground for having a conversation that gets the client into a mindset that, oh, okay, I am on the same page with them. I already understand that they already feel I'm the right person for this job by sending it my way or wanting me to do it. So the next thing that I also do is that I now share my concern. So after thanking them, showing my appreciation, I share my concern. I'm like, okay, for example, if it's a timeline concern, you want this done in 3 days. My concern is that for the kind of quality that you were looking for or that you have come to expect from me, 3 days might be too tight. But then I also understand that you want this done fast because you have a project that's supposed to go live soon. What about we phase this project in two? So we prioritize the one that is very key, maybe for the first launch, and then the other ones, we can get it done maybe 1 day or 2 days later so that we don't compromise on quality. Or maybe there are other tasks that the client has given me before and those clients are priority. And then it comes to this task, I say this one is not priority. I'm like, okay, if we would need to focus on this, then we have to deprioritize the other one so that we can be done with this. Not like you are expecting me to send over a project on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, and then you come to me on Monday with another project that I should deliver Tuesday. Some things will have to move. So you are always going to ensure that you share what your concern is, you share what is making you to hesitate of going with the original request. The next thing is offer a solution. So after you have shared your concern, you're like, okay, what about instead of having this done in 2 days, what about 3 days, following the phased approach I spoke about? Or what about instead of all of this scope of work, so maybe they are adding to your task and it's looking like it's going to stress you out and then it's beyond the job description or beyond your pay. You can talk about the fact whereby there's a compromise in such a way that they either increase the amount or increase the payment, or if it's out of their budget, then you can say, okay, how can we slim down the job description or slim down this new task or slim down the scope of work we have already agreed on, so that in that way it works for both sides. So when you're having conversations in this way, it shows that you're being collaborative. You don't just want to shut the door, you want to ensure that at the end of the day both parties are happy. Then the last thing you want to do is end with a question. So when you said all of these, the client has listened to all you have to say, end with a question like, what are your thoughts on this? In that way, it's not like you are just saying, this is what I want to do, I don't care. You're also wanting to know what are their thoughts. Because at the end of the day, you might have to negotiate on a lot of things and see how this is going to work out in the long run. So the next time you see a project or a client request that is throwing you off the wall, before you rush and say no, try and make sure that you tailor that no through this framework, and who knows, it can actually go your way, end up in your favor. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.